Welcome to Helena Prime's solar system, Command R. This Startopia base orbits the planet Menelaus, also called Bartertown by the locals due to the large volume of trade. I must inform you that your performance so far has been reasonably acceptable. For a carbon-based life form, by the standards I would use, you have failed completely. However, I have learned two things from you: primitive organisms, competition and great personal commitment leads to significantly improved results. Commander, I've dropped a competitor of yours onto this station, another commander whose performance is just as questionable as yours. In addition, you are both connected to the neural control system, which not only allows you to manage the station, but which I can also flood with up to 90,000 volts. I hope that this information will be sufficient to improve your performance. Please produce more energy than your opponent, Commander. Commander, your competitor told me to tell you he's going to mop the floor with you and feast on your barbecued brain. By the way, if you by any chance notice anything coming from the RFS labs outside the simulation, please ignore any cries for help. But let's get back to the original objective, Commander. Your rival starts under the same conditions as you. The goal is to accumulate the required amount of energy before your competitor. The loser's brain will then be stimulated with 90,000 volts. Command R, commence operations. Commander, the way you threw those Hemnetcher off the station last time piqued my interest. I'd like to offer you a small reward. Having a security station built was a wise decision, Commander. I'm sure there are plenty of unsavory criminals out there that we cannot eliminate, but only lock away. But I'm sure the mechs will at any rate serve you well, Commander. Commander, your first drone is on its way to track down criminals and, unfortunately, not terminate them, just lock them up. Commander, your rival is ensuring that his station is spotless. Maybe you should try a little order and cleanliness yourself. We wouldn't want your sectors to look the way they did in your Startopia base simulator. Startopia's current average rating is on the whole rather positive. Interesting. Commander, your rival's fun deck is growing and thriving. Perhaps you should try the same. Commander, your rival is really cracking down on criminals on his station. You, on the other hand, well, your aliens have the moral integrity of the RFS board. Commander, you have already acquired 1/4 of the energy required. Good work. Commander, your rival has now generated 1/4 of the required energy. Commander, you should familiarize yourself with your security station's sabotage capabilities. Perform a few acts of sabotage against your rival. I'm sure he won't hold back either. One of your visitors has died. There is fighting aboard Startopia. Commander, you've set up a research lab. Isn't that nice? Your rival did that a long time ago, by the way. Commander, you have now acquired half the required energy, and that ahead of your competitor. Keep up the good work. I hope you survive, make it. Ah, the treachery and perfidy you showed while sabotaging your rival. Impressive indeed. There's a traitor in orbit around the base. Commander, I was just admiring the new mech you had built. A fantastic, brutal instrument of murder without any morals whatsoever. Fascinating. Incredible that such a device actually takes orders from primitive carbon-based life forms. Commander, more than 20 aliens have been robbed on your station. While my gloating sub-algorithm may be enjoying this, it would still probably be a good idea to look into it. I'll set it up right away. I hope you've done your math on this in your budget. Commander, your competitor has now attained half the target energy amount. Commander, my sensors detect that you already have a large number of drones at your command, giving you close to an effective force. Good work. Keep it up, Commander. You have now reached 3/4 of the target amount. Oh, you've unlocked the highest research category, Commander. Interesting, my evaluation processor says your performance has improved by 13% over previous evaluations. Obviously, the prospect of a strong electric shock directly to the brain has a very positive effect on you. Commander, you're almost there. Just a little more energy. Congratulations, Commander, you have acquired the required amount of energy before your opponent. Very well done. Apparently you are not all that keen on feeling 90,000 volts running through your brain. However, I have decided to expand the competition a little. Let's add a military component to the whole thing. Conquer your opponent's frontline sector to avoid my electrical stimulation, Commander. I will now open the area between you and place it under your opponent's control. Send your combat units into the enemy sector to start the battle for control. Each of your units contributes to your dominance points, which you require to gain control. But be careful, your enemy will try to do exactly the same with their units. Good luck. I'm beginning to think I may like you a little more than Test Subject 2. Commander, your opponent is already mobilizing his troops, and I'm to tell you that he plans to use your guts to decorate his simulation station. It would probably be wise for you to prepare for battle as well, unless you're thirsting for a massive electrical shock. Your HUD will automatically display your progress in taking over or defending a sector as soon as you move to it. So even you should be able to see how the sector is doing at that moment, Commander. Your units are engaged in combat. Brilliant, Commander, you have destroyed an enemy mech. I'd call that good work. Congratulations, Commander. You have beaten your competitor not only economically, but also militarily. Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, there is something I must do. So, that's that done, so. Commander, abort. We're working on a solution, but you must cease all warlike activities, or else. Oops. Excuse this incident, Commander. That report was not meant for you. No need to be alarmed. Everything's fine. No one in the RFS simulation lab is panicking or fighting for their lives. It goes without saying that your competitor is doing well. There's absolutely no doubt that his brain is completely intact and nobody has given him a major electric shock.